Woohoo! Wow, that looked like it hurt. Now, I have never really been hurt too bad before. I'm not really the kind of guy to put myself in a lot of situations that could hurt me. But there have been a few times that because of pure stupidity or a skill issue that I have gotten schmacked. The first of these times happened when I was around 7 years old. I was just learning how to ride a bike, and my family was going to go out for a little biking trip around our neighborhood. Now, during this time, my family lived on a bit of a hill, and our driveway was a large slope that led to the road. And I was super excited to get going, so I was waiting at the top of our driveway for the rest of my family to get out of the house. Now, I had never been able to ride my bike down our driveway. I was always way too scared to do it. I had seen my older brother do it a few times before, so I really wanted to give it a try. And so today I did, with no parental supervision. I started rolling down the hill and almost immediately panicked and froze on the bike. You know the fight or flight or freeze? Yeah, I chose freeze in this moment. I knew that I was going way too fast to try turning. If I did, I would just flip over my bike. I just kept barreling down the driveway. I made it to the bottom of the driveway, flew across the road, and kept going to my neighbor's yard. Right into one of his cactus plants. Luckily, I wasn't too terribly hurt. I had gotten a few bruises and splinters in my legs, but other than that, I was perfectly fine. And that is why you always wear a helmet. Now, hitting a cactus isn't the worst thing ever, but imagine if a car was coming during that time. There was no way that I would have had enough time to turn my bike. I wouldn't even thought of it. I was frozen. I would have just rolled right out into the middle of the road and gotten hit by a car. Anyways, the second story comes just a few years later. I was at PE in 5th grade, and for my elementary school, for some reason, PE took place in an abandoned warehouse off of school property, which, starting out, that is just a terrible place to have a bunch of small children running around unsupervised. The walls, ceiling, and floor were all concrete, and if you fell, there was almost a guarantee that you would end up scraping up your legs. One day, my friend and I were playing a jump rope game called Helicopter. This game has one person spinning in a circle with a jump rope, and everyone around them has to dodge the rope by going over it or under it. As we were playing it, I saw one of my friends do a cool run and he slid under the rope, and I wanted to be cool like him, so I gave it a go. You okay? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. And we went to the hospital. I got one of those fancy scans and found out that I got a concussion. And apparently a really bad one. I had to rest and not move around too much for the next week. Last story, this one actually happened a few months ago. I was working as an assistant stage manager in a musical, and after the show, we had to strike the set. Striking the set means tearing it down. Part of the set was a large wall on wheels, and one of the set designers called me over to help him set it on its side so we could start tearing it apart. I was a bit skeptical that the two of us alone could handle such a heavy set piece. But surely the set designer knew what he was doing, and there was nothing that could go wrong. The wall fell on me. As I was trying to hold it up, the set director decided to peace out from underneath it without telling me. Luckily, God was looking out for me, and I fell in a little nook that allowed me to be able to crawl out from the set piece. But if it had fallen on me literally any other way, I could have broken a rib or a leg or something. But once again, I got away with just a bruised wrist and some scrapes on my legs. I asked some of my friends afterwards if it looked cool, and some of them said that they legit thought I had just died. So I guess it looked really cool.